Okay, this concludes our first session. The next session, the second session, will be about national cybersecurity strategy and challenges. I invite to go on stage Mr. Levinrad, who is part of the Israeli National Cyber Bureau, and he is in charge of the international cooperation. Thank you.
Good afternoon. During the last few years, nations all over the world have come to realize that the magnitude of cyber threats and the sophistication of cyber attackers must be met by government efforts to secure all nations. In Israel, we believe in a multi-layer approach to cybersecurity. A national strategy, we believe, must include at least three important elements. The first is regulation, and I mean regulation directed to prompt cybersecurity by the organizations themselves. Secondly, operations taken by the government agencies to meet with the attack and the attackers, as you heard by Dr. Matanya yesterday, who is my boss. And the third, the technological effort, which is basically the foundation to leverage government advantages and resources. The Israeli government has been dealing with all these three issues for many years. I would mainly name 10 years as a major effort. And in certain aspects, we are definitely leading in those fields. However, after meeting with many nations around the world, friends and counterparts, I must confess that Israel has a lot to learn from our international partners. There are many vague issues regarding the government's role in securing its nation in cyber and the course of action adequate for this mission. One of these issues, which I found crucial, is international cooperation. As you know, the cyber threat is nothing but local, and we must adopt new means and approaches to make sure we truly fulfill this crucial matter globally. So on this opening note, I'd like to introduce the first speaker. I think that many of the participants are very familiar with Christopher Painter. So I'll just give a brief description. If I had to give you the whole resume, I think we'd be running even much later than we are. So Christopher Painter, in 2011, the Obama administration created the position for coordinator for cyber issues within the US State Department, underscoring its policy emphasis on global internet development and security. The first coordinator appointed is Mr. Painter, a veteran of more than 20 years on internet and cyber issues. In his current role, Mr. Painter coordinates and leads the United States diplomatic effort to advance an open, interoperable, secure and reliable internet and information infrastructure. He works closely with government components, the private sector and civil society to implement the President's international strategy for cyberspace. Mr. Painter's main challenges include promoting norms of responsible state behavior and cyber stability, advancing cybersecurity, fighting cybercrime, promoting multi-stakeholder internet governance, and advancing internet freedom. Mr. Painter and his team have launched cyber dialogues with numerous countries, designed and carried out by regional capability building initiatives. Work to reduce cyber threats worldwide by combating operational threats, work to ensure that fundamental freedoms can be exercised online, and worked diplomatically to build a consensus around our vision of an open, secure and reliable cyberspace. Prior to joining the State Department, Mr. Painter served in the White House as a Senior Director for Cyber Policy in the National Security Staff. During his 2 years in the White House, he was a senior member of the team that conducted the President's Cyberspace Policy Review and subsequently served as Acting Cyberspace Coordinator. So, Mr. Painter, if you would please, thank you.